Oh my God, it's Thursday. Couldn't race it to the weekend. Yes. You know, it's time we get really excited because the weekend is just around the corner. One more day, one more sleep, and we've made it to Friday. Thank you so much for making Morning Rush your premium choice for getting your day started. And of course, getting excited about the weekend is what we do right here on Morning Rush. Feedback platforms, what do you have planned for the weekend? Let us know. The platforms to utilize: the Zim Papers TV Network Facebook page, or at ZTN Prime on Twitter, at ZTN Prime on Instagram. Now, if you're somebody who's on Instagram quite a lot, you've seen a lot of these Ulawa Yohanis looking hot, looking hotter than hot, right? Dressed to the nines. And we have this thing where we're like, these girls know exactly what to do and they know how to put themselves together, and you know, they've got it going on. They are not doing it alone. They are definitely aided. And so it is my absolute pleasure and excitement today to sit down and talk to the guy who's making it happen. He is transforming the way we look at high-end fashion, glam in Zimbabwe. He is changing the way we look at that, the perceptions that we have of what it is to be put together for an event, for a photo shoot. Oh, he's doing the most. Freddy Sozinio. Your name almost sounds Italian. It's like you were set up for this from birth. Sozinio. That is your actual birth name.
Yes, that's my name. I'm Freddy Sozinio.
What? Like, it could be an Italian label. Like, you know, okay, no. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So you have a lot of experience just in couture. Outside of Zimbabwe. I mean, you've worked in South Africa, you've worked in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yes.
How did you find yourself there?
To be honest with you, I think it's the support from my family, because they are the ones who actually took me there for school. I didn't go that side for school particularly. I was looking for a job. Right. They gathered money. I'm not from a family, you know, with rich people actually. But they sacrificed. They took me to school. After school, they took me to Dubai to get a job. Then when I got there, I noticed that instead of getting a job, rather I learn, you know, after learning, and I start my own thing. So,
that's interesting. Okay, so let's rewind. Let's rewind back to before your family managed to take you to all this. Did you actually study this?
Yes.
Is this what you went to school for?
Yes, I did. I went to Polytechnical College in Blawayo, 2012, and I only did my national certificate. Yeah, that was it.
All right, but when you were growing up, was this something that you knew you wanted to do, or was it a fallback plan? You're like, okay, let me try and do this. How did you get to fashion?
I didn't know. I actually wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a psychologist. Right. I didn't know, but I was so handy. I would, you know, touch materials, start sewing, do this, do that. Things associated with drawing, sketching, and sewing. But I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be a career. You know, when I was growing up, fashion wasn't really something that you can look up to as a career.
Right.
I just thought, you know, I can make it like a side hustle or something. Then I'm a psychologist right there. During my spare time, I do some few sketches. I look for someone who can do the tailoring and do it for me. Then it just happened. I found myself doing designing.
Wow.
Yes, I found myself at school.
So you design from scratch. You from the sketching process. So a client comes to you and says, this is what I want. How does this work?
Okay, so a client comes to me, like for example, you come and I look at you. I look at your body structure. I look at your character. I look at all that. Then I make a sketch. After making a sketch, I show you the sketch. Then we agree if you've got insecurities. Let's say you've got a tattoo and you want it hidden. You know, you tell me, then I put some detail there, we agree, then we take it from there.
One of my favorite things about your work is the detail. It is so detailed, just so elegant. Like, I mean, the dress you've brought for us today, what's the story with this dress, and especially with the you did all this beadwork from scratch?
Yes, yes.
Okay, tell us about this dress.
Okay, so this dress is from my new collection. We're introducing, I'm sure you've noticed, especially in Nigeria and Dubai, if I'm not mistaken, they are introducing the whole V corset.
Right.
So that's where we're introducing it. Then our strength, of course, the whole 3D. I love making some forms, you know, different forms. So I've got a collection, it's called the Capital Collection. So you've been mentioning that are from Blawayo, but now the thing is we recently opened another branch in Harare. Right. So I'm no longer a Blawayo designer, I'm a Zimbabwe designer.
Well done, well done, well done. I love it. Now, so when you are visualizing these things in your mind, are you literally, because look, when we look at this, there's beads everywhere. It's so intricate, so, are you picturing all this, or is it coming up as you now start to put it together?
You know, I'll be very honest with you. Sometimes I don't even think. I think the fact that this is something that I do every day, sometimes I don't even think. I always tell my team that, you know, make sure that you listen to the dress. You know, it will be more of
The
talking
dress
to me.
speaks to you.
So it tells me what it wants. Like I just look at it and I start just doing, and and
Wow.
boom, it is there. So sometimes I don't even think. Sometimes I don't even sketch. Like
Right.
this dress, I didn't even sketch it.
Sure.
Though I've got a huge team, there is Onai. He's got a brand, like an accessory brand, coming soon, of course. It's Sozinio Onai. Neck boots, handbags, and all. So there is a huge team. You know, it's not like I'm Sozinio and it's my mind. Everything is just me.
Right.
There is a huge team behind. They contribute. They assist. They tell me what to do sometimes.
Absolutely. I love the fact that you're saying that you work with a team.
Yes.
You know, and it's not easy because, you know, your designs are, like I said, they're very intricate. They're very, they can be looked at as very complicated from someone who doesn't know what's going on. So how do you coordinate with your team? How do you manage to strike that balance where you've said sometimes you won't even sketch, the dress will talk to you. How do you coordinate that teamwork that makes a structure like this come together?
This question is really hard to answer, but now I'll just put it on God. You know, the thing is, as long as there's God behind everything, He makes sure that He coordinates for you. You know, sometimes I tell my team that I'm not really the designer, God is the designer, and I'm just an object that He uses to. So He's the one who just makes sure that He puts everything in place. You know, without noticing, you meet up with someone and he's just so perfect and he's supposed to be there
Right,
at the right
just
time.
fits.
And so as long as there's God behind everything, everything just happens so perfectly. So I wouldn't put all the credit on me. Maybe it's God. Let me just say it's God.
Nice.
Yes.
I like that. Now, okay, so you were a Bulawayo designer. You are now a Zimbabwe designer, opening a branch in Harare.
Yes.
How do we find you in Harare?
Okay, I'm in Mandara. I'm close actually. In Mandara, 20 Karikan Way, Mandara. That's where you find me. And on Instagram, of course, it's Sozinio. It's that simple. And Twitter, Sozinio. No underscore, nothing. All my pages, even on TikTok, it's just Sozinio. You know, Sozinio is one word that is difficult to find anyway. So
This is
whether
true,
you're
but
open.
it's unique. It just fits in. You know what? I absolutely love it. What is your vision going forward for the brand?
I'm hoping to make this brand as big as possible. I'm inspired by, you know, so many designers like Het Johan, of course, not international, not outside designers only, even local designers like Zakuzi, Tafumane, they inspire me a lot. And with the way they're so driven, you know, I would love to grow as big as them. I understand. Make so many branches. I want to open another one in Mozambique, hopefully next year, another one in South Africa. So I'm hoping to grow as much as possible. I want to represent my country in a very amazing manner.
I think you're off to an amazing start. Thank you so much for joining.